Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good to be with you. Oh, great. Alok is here. So, what are we learning? What are we discovering about emotional mastery? Just over the... Good morning, Alok. Good to be with you. I wanted to take 10 minutes just to reflect, on what are you learning about emotional mastery?
And on my case, what I've been learning, and I mean, since we started this class, is that that actually I don't know how to master my emotions.
That what?
I don't know how to master my emotions. It's like, okay, there is all this thing about, and I have still want to clue, and like I want to learn and know, and the thing is that I thought that I have a better understanding of mastering my emotions. Like yesterday you talk about the agility and the balance, and I've been thinking about throughout the day at work, and I'm in a transition period in my work this week. So there's a lot of emotional movement. And in thanks to that situation and the class kind of happening at the same time made me think that, yeah, there is something that I need to learn more about. I said like a good practice for me.
Cool. Yeah. I feel connected to you when you said, I thought I had a handle on my emotions, right? And then it's almost like this. It's almost like we get brought to this work, and then we get into the work, and we find out the more emotionally aware I am, the more I actually feel, and the more I'm just gonna say fucked I become. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And there's this laughter there that just happened, right? And I heard somebody say yesterday, I've been really like allowing myself to fall into my soul's purpose, and I think that laughter that we just had of like, oh, the more fucked I become, that in cutting through spiritual materialism, he says that there's always this tendency to become like rigid in our practice, and then we find that rigidity is like is a way of hiding. It's like you're a corpse, like you become a corpse, like you literally become a dead body, and you're not feeling life. You're not feeling like the texture of life, and like one of the main ways out of that is laughter. And that laughter is like you're laughing at the profundity of life, like you're laughing at the at like I can't believe and it allows you to relax, right, and to open to flexibility again. Anyone else want to share? What have you been learning, or what have you discovered?
In my case, I'm not sure if I am still mastering, but one thing is improving like every single day. And in fact, yesterday afternoon I was thinking about it as like the awareness of my emotions. And like a couple of days ago, I was talking to my manager at work, and he said something that pissed me off. And like in a second I was able to like distance myself from why he was pissing me off, and I could feel that like I was not pissed off like after like within a minute. I could see that like he might have some reasons why he was saying those things, but I'm like, it's fine, like I do not have to take it in. And like
Mm.
yesterday afternoon when I was thinking about those things, and I'm like, now I can literally feel that it is not affecting me that much how it was affecting me like a couple of weeks ago. So
Mm.
that awareness is improving for sure. But like mastery, I don't think I'm there yet. I can say like, oh, I have full control on my emotions. No.
I don't think I'm there. I wonder what is mastery? Like what is emotional mastery? What does it even mean to you? Like if you visualized it and described being developing it, how would you know you're there?
Like the reason I included that example of like Monday, no Tuesday, when like I would not have been in that situation where somebody thinks something and I'm getting pissed off. Like outside of me, the moment like when outside of me stops affecting me in any way, I think that's when I would be like, oh, like emotions are not having any control on myself or my soul, I guess.
The moment anything outside of me doesn't have effect over me.
Yes.
What about like positive things, like beautiful things?
I think those are important. Those like even with the positive things, if I can like sometimes like what happens is you something good happens, you like get overexcited, and something doesn't go your way, you are like, oh, I like life is not good and all that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
then there's
yeah,
agility, right? Or a lack of
exactly.
balance,
Yeah,
right?
this maximum. So instead of that, if I have a like like this, like how you see in your in the operation theater when you have a heartbeat like which is like not really having this thing, and it goes in a straight line, like probably.
Are are you sure that that's what you really want right now? I'm being serious. Like I feel like I've been there, and I'm
Mhm.
asking the group. I really appreciate you sharing that. Look, like I I don't know if I want that. Like like but I also don't want the other thing. Like
Yeah,
I don't want to be swinging,
yeah,
right? Like and I also don't want to just be like flat cuz like like for example last night laying on the sofa, I was feeling my body. I actually had a moment on the sofa where I was like, oh, I'm going to be here in the morning, and I was just feeling my body and just feeling it pulse and move, right? And I think that, and then I guess to just, I think that this is what you're getting at is something that we all get to, and it's very important. It's so like important to me that we as a group, like so we really not just think about this but feel this, right? Like the conundrum and the depth of the practice of emotional mastery and also somatic practice that I heard you say, I don't really want to be affected by the things outside of me,
right.
right? And I agree with that. Can we all agree with that? Like, I don't want to be like hurt, maybe, or grasp or
Yeah,
stressed about
yeah,
these things, right? But in a way, the holding on to those things is what is in a way showing us that we're placing our attention on them. And that's how we make things important. Because if we don't hold on to something in some way, it passes right through us. This is why we don't remember positive things. Because memories mostly stick around things that have hurt us.
Yes, very much.
And what I want you to notice is that when I come into my body and I explore my body and I come into the unconditioned space, that's coming from inside of me. And every time I practice, I notice that I come into the kitchen and I feel this like subtle internal joy. I feel like a renewal from the inside out whenever I practice with you guys. And to be honest, like this morning, like I felt like sad and scared. I washed the dishes and I put the dishes away, and there was like a real sadness and like a real fear about like just my own sense of my ability to trust myself as a man and my life and my work. And I feel like in a lot of ways, like I want to feel that. Like I noticed that maybe in the past I wasn't able to feel those things. So instead I was really rough, and it meant that the way that I was almost like aggressive because I was afraid to feel those things. And so it's almost like it comes in and there's this awareness that that there is this unconditioned space, that if I actually trust myself to show up here, right, and to let go and to put my attention into the ground and to like appreciate these beautiful plants behind me, like they're just going to keep on living, you know, as long as I water them and put my attention on them. I don't know. I think emotional mastery to me is having this like awareness that I can let go, and that when I can let go, I can fall into my body. I can be down in this space, and that when I do that, I will recharge. I will come back, right? And no matter what I'm experiencing in my life, whether it's coming up inside of me or whether it's coming from something outside of me, like I can develop this sense of self-trust that like as these things are coming into my system, I'm able to learn to be with more and more and more of them. And so in doing that, I'm actually becoming a more whole human being, more authentic, and I'm actually going to be way more sad, and I'm going to be way more frustrated and confused, and but in that range, like I'm really going to live, I guess, like deeply feel my life, and it requires like a skill, right? Like a real skill. If there's anything about this type of this somatic practice, like you sent me a text yesterday, there's a line in the practice of pure awareness and in the awakening body. And his line in there is that if you're sitting with a somatic teacher, a somatic meditator, meaning bottom up, and they're not changing, meaning as you sit with your teacher or you sit with your group, you're not witnessing this person go through massive changes in their life, they're not actually somatic meditating. They might be thinking they are, but they're more top down, because the top down approach fixes things. It keeps things fixed. It clears the space out, and that's very, very helpful in order to find a sense of peace, like a safe harbor. But it's not getting into the body, into the messiness, into the realness of that is connected with the environment, and that you will see that same kind of shift in yourself. Like you will actually be forced to change. You'll be forced to see the stuff happening in your life, and to see what you're avoiding, right? Or to see or to see how things are fading in your life. Maybe a relationship is dying, right? And to see how and that you can trust your body to show you that. It's called the soma, like that the soma is the only way to directly experience our life. It can only be felt. It can't be thought, because any time we put our thinking mind on top of what we're experiencing, in some way we're taking a perspective that is not direct experience. And that's scary to me.
No, like now after you explain it to me, like oftentimes we forget about the good feelings, the good emotions, which doesn't really like. So we are so focused on what is not comfortable, and so like now after you explain it to me, like I'm like, I don't want to lose those moments, like when I'm like, which is giving me joy. So I wanna embrace, like I know we normally embrace the good moments, like that, like I don't know how to say, like no, there are no good or bad moments, like you explained earlier. It's experiences. So the experiences which are like pleasant to us, right? I don't want to lose them. At the same time, I don't want the non-pleasant experiences to like affect me. So I don't know, like that's definitely not this line which I said.
Yeah.
I take it back now. Yeah.
It's
I don't
okay.
know. Yeah, I don't know where is that uh like where is that zone, but yeah, that's when I'll be like, oh, I have mastered my emotions.
Can I give you where I feel like I know how to do that in the best, most creative way that I know how to describe it in words or even in action, is to fall down, right? To lay on the ground and to feel my life, right? Like, and I want to point you guys to that today. Like just come in, just lay here and breathe and feel your life, like feel what's in your body and explore, right? Like we're going to do the same pattern. We're going to walk the same path, right? I have a path near my house that I walk all the time. And I've been walking it lately being like, wow, I used to walk this path and I would be so stressed out. And now I walk this path and sometimes I cry and sometimes I'm crying from joy, like just like this beautiful neighborhood. It's so beautiful, right? And sometimes I'm like, wow, what am I afraid of right now? What is this thing? Why would I feel better if I had a to-do list right now? Like, okay,
Yes.
all right, let's
Thank
go.
you.
You ready? All right, guys. I'm going to put everyone on mute. Let's go ahead and find our spot on the floor. And begin to breathe in your nose and out your mouth. folding whatever's on your mind down into your belly. We're opening up to experience our life. We're training ourselves to be able to feel more. Squeezing your belly down into the earth. We're squeezing our belly and then we're releasing it, allowing ourselves to let go. Feel the shock wave in your body as you release your belly, as you squeeze it and then release it. Feel the shock. Squeezing. And the last two. And last one. We are training ourselves to feel. So much of our life has been learning how to protect ourselves, how to escape and to run away, to try to make ourselves feel better, to try to not get hurt, to try to not feel scared. And yet, these breaths, as you start to exhale, I want you to recognize that you are removing your armor. And so in this next round, as you inhale and exhale, allow your awareness to expand on the inhale and to move through your body. And then at the top of your inhale, no matter what comes flooding in, go ahead and catch your awareness and bring it back down to your belly. And squeeze your belly and put your awareness down in the earth. And then when you release your belly, feel the tension in your elbows, or your shoulders, your jaw, or your toes, your hips, or your gut. And feel how that shock moves through your body and you start to be able to actually feel more. So here we go. Inhale and then exhale. Squeezing your belly. If you're having trouble with a lack of guidance, focus on your dynamic exhales and inhales. Fall in love with your belly. For the next 3 breaths, go ahead and see if when you inhale, if you only inhale about halfway, what happens when you reduce your inhales? Do you become more sensitive and more focused on your belly? Okay, and last one together. Squeeze out all the air. Squeeze, squeeze. And return to normal breathing. Our life requires actual physical training in order to remain open. The protective layer that our body develops is it's not conscious, it's adaptive, it just happens. And so here we are, we're here cutting through the emotional residue. So go ahead and open your belly, inhale. And here we go. Go ahead and breathe up from the earth. Squeeze your belly down into the earth. Let go, just let go. Try 3 together. Go ahead and exhale. And last one. When you're ready, go ahead and roll over to your side. And notice this transition. Finding your seat is part of your practice, so just allow yourself to find your seat. How does your body feel while you find your seat? Sometimes as I go to find my seat, I rub my body. I give myself like soft touches. I might even get up from the ground and give myself a stretch, or just appreciate the room for a moment. Then find the seat and go ahead and just settle. Allow your body to settle down into the seat. And then you pick it. You pick your seat. And now we know, because we practice, that we have to come into the body. We broke through that protective layer. And we got everything moving with our 12-fold lower belly breaths. But now we need to awaken that awareness of our soma. And that's the energy body. That's how our body feels on the inside. So bring your awareness down to your left big toe. Start to breathe into your left big toe. And as you do this, begin to full body breathe. Every pore of skin on your body can breathe. And then go ahead and come up into the ball of your foot and all your toes. And up into your heel. And then your whole foot and your ankle. And breathing in through your calf. Then maybe using the front of your calf, the part that's touching the ground. Then up into your knee. And every once in a while, maybe your toes will wiggle on their own. Feeling everything from your knee down into your foot. Then up into your thigh. Breathing in, opening up that space in your thigh. Breathing in from the front, the back, the top. It's like we're connecting the dots with our visual sense, and then allowing our feeling sense to turn on. Then coming up into your pelvic girdle, right into your hip socket first. Then come across to your butt cheeks. And see if you can use the pressure on your butt cheeks to open up a feeling sense inside your butt. Then come across to your groin. And go ahead and open up that cavity, that space right in the middle. And you might notice you need to start to shift your posture here. So everything from the waist down. Relaxing down into your seat, bringing your head over your center of gravity. And now breathing in through the front of your belly, right around your belly button. And your lower back. And then your upper belly. And coming through to your mid-back. Allowing your body to shift and to change its shape. Then breathing in through your sternum. Your body is moving and then through to your mid-back. Behind your heart. And coming through to the middle of your chest. And your upper back between your shoulder blades. Breathing in and out. And then your upper shoulder blades on the front. Coming into the body. Now go ahead and come over to your left side, into your shoulder. Go ahead and see if you can feel into your armpit. Breathe in through your armpit on the left side. And the outside of the top of your arm. And notice, does that automatically start to turn on your hand? And feel how my hand turns on first, and now I'm bringing my awareness into my forearm. And releasing tension in my right leg as I exhale. Go ahead and bring your awareness across to your right side. And go ahead and allow both of your hands to turn on. Breathing into the palms of your hands. Then coming up into your right wrist. And your right forearm. You can pause along the way. If anything's interesting, maybe you feel something. And your left bicep, or your right bicep, excuse me. Your right upper arm. And your right shoulder socket. Now a big circle connecting both arms and hands. Big energy circle in the front of your body. Go ahead and breathe into that. And then up into your neck. Breathing in through the front of your neck. And then breathing in through the back of your neck. Then coming into your mouth. Breathing in through your chin and your lower lip. And breathing in through your nose and allowing any tension to release. And relaxing the muscles around your eyes. And then your forehead. Slowing down to the pace of connection. Then feeling your brain inside your head. And come up to the back of your head. And then if you come to the bump at the back of your head, sometimes it's helpful here to swallow and to feel the back of your throat. That's where your central channel comes in, and so now we're going to come down, bringing our awareness down through our neck, behind our heart, behind our sternum, behind our upper belly, and down into that space in the bottom of the belly. Go ahead and just appreciate how far you've come, how big a deal it is to be here. To come into your body and to be here. Training yourself to connect with your body and to connect with your life. Feel it. Now we're going to come down into the belly. We're going to open up the pelvic floor. So go ahead and open it and just start to breathe right down into the seat cushion. So we're inhaling down into the seat cushion. We're just going to take 12 breaths down into the earth. 12, 11, 10. The earth is teeming with life. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And push your awareness, go deep. 4, 3. How deep do you want your roots to go? 2, and 1. Feeling the pulsing aliveness of your body. Okay, now we've placed some roots. Now we can breathe up from those roots into the lower belly. So we're going to do like 3 to 6 inhales up from the earth, which means we're exhaling down into the earth, pulling our belly in, exhaling down. Begin to inhale up into your belly. And start to build a space. Start to open up that hara. An egg-shaped cavity. Start to open it up. It's like a flame. You're breathing into that flame. You don't want to blow out the candle, so go ahead and just breathe up from the earth. Can you feel like a coolness in your groin, in your hara? Maybe it's tingly. Maybe it's numb and dark. Look into that space. Breathe into that space. And then ever so slightly start to open up a path down in your tailbone. Start to open up that space and start to bring that energy and allow that energy to come up. It wants to come up. This might mean the muscles in your lower back need to move or need to. And ever so slightly, keep that tube open. Opening the central channel, coming up to the belly button. And you're breathing up from the earth into the hara and then into the central channel. Okay, bring it up to around your sternum. Behind your lungs and your heart. And coming up into your upper chest. Keeping your attention on the central channel. And pausing at your neck, at the bottom of your neck. Just breathing through the whole central channel. And then opening up the back of your neck to allow some space. And then bring it up into your neck. And you notice that you might need to drop your chin. And right up into the back of the bump of your head. Just relax back into the central channel. Giving yourself a few advanced adjustments, leaning forward, leaning back, coming back to the center, and then leaning to the left, leaning to the right. And being in your body. All of these steps are just to learn how to come into the body. To learn how to open and to have a direct experience of that unconditioned space down in the belly. To notice that when we do this, we tap into our inner aliveness, and that this aliveness is coming from down there in the belly. So go ahead and relax into that for just a moment before we finish our session. While you're here, go ahead and breathe into that space. And allow that energy to come up into your heart, into your lungs, into your challenges in your life, into your fears, into your relationships. This is what it means to become unshakable. It means that you're opening to the fullness of who you are, and you're recognizing that you are loving awareness, that you are not the things that you're holding on to. That there is something to experience, that your entire life is down in that spot in your belly. And it wants to come up, and it wants to come through. Beautiful practice, gentlemen. May your practice continue for the good of everyone and everything, and may you get what you're looking for. If you want to just engage with the space around you from your back line, beautiful. If anybody wants to share or share what your experience is like, you're more than welcome, but you don't have to. I feel like my body is glowing, and there was like a disturbance that was present for me this morning, and it was like hard to name. It was just an insecurity and an uncertainty about like the future, and I notice as I come out of this that I'm like searching for it. I'm looking for it to come back. But I feel wonderful. And I know that every time I step off this cushion and I walk in the other room and I see my partner or I see our cat, whatever I'm walking into in the next hour, I'm like my best person. I think that that's what I just felt was like a sense of trust.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Today's meditation for me was intense, and I tried to not be on my mind, but feel my body and now label my emotions. But I can say that what I felt today, especially, was my pain, my own pain. I think who I am. Felt a lot of shame and pain. Felt painful and shameful. And towards the end of the meditation, I felt more grounded. It was difficult for me to keep the breath because it was almost like a lot of resistance to what I was feeling.
Manuel, do you notice, like, do you notice that this keeps coming up for you? And, like, do you notice it changing in any way?
If I notice what?
Do you notice it changing in any way? This shame that comes up?
Yeah, well, yes. I've become more surrounding to the things that I don't like about myself, the things that I can change, and um, be with those, and at least for now, be okay with those. And physically, what I felt was like I was nauseous, and actually I was like something that I needed to get out of.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. I want you to notice that you make movements on your own that are coming up, okay? And I want you to know that I deeply, deeply trust that if you keep going, this is gonna come out. Like, if you keep doing this, if you stay with this, it's gonna come out, and something else will be there. Like this, stuff comes up. And my sense in my practice is that it comes up when our soma is capable of relaxing and when our psychology is capable of working with it. It's not afraid to feel it, right? Like, in a lot of ways, the shadow is there to help us survive and to work with things we can't really understand when we're little, right? But as we become an adult man who can practice and be soft and powerful in the presence of these sensations, I just want to point to that. It doesn't, when it comes up, sometimes there's this thing of, oh, it's always going to be this way. And in my experience, it's not. In my experience of witnessing men do this work, there is an end to that.
Or transformation, right?
Yeah, and something else there.
Because I don't see this as something that needs to, I guess it needs to end the negativity, but if it needs to transform, because I just need to use it to integrate it in my body, my emotions, and embrace it and transform something positive.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Sending you guys love. If anybody wants to share anything, you're more than welcome right now. But our final two, today we just have one component of emotional awareness to be aware of. And today is my favorite one. It's emotional contagion. Emotional contagion. It's the realization that we can catch the emotional experience from our environment or from another person. And so today, I want you to see, or from our practice, I want you to notice how when we tap into this unconditioned space in the belly, it automatically brings joy because it's unconditioned. Like our essence is joyful. It's just pure joy. It's just pure love, right? And love isn't even emotion. It's the ability to be with any and all emotions. It's just, it is. That's what that quality of experience is. But today I want you to notice, like with your boss, I want you to notice like, oh, this is emotional contagion. How do I work with this? Right? Maybe it's a conversation with someone. Maybe somebody makes you feel really good, right? Maybe they make you feel really bad. To just start to notice emotional contagion. And then tomorrow is our final session, and it's a present state of a calm mind. And we'll talk about what that is. Do you guys feel complete? Manuel, thank you so much for sharing your reflection online, by the way. Appreciate that so much. And Alok, you too. And Jim, the three of you, thank you so much for participating and reflecting and sharing this work. I really, really appreciate it. I love you guys. Bye.
Tonight's our off night, right, Chris?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Off night. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
See you all tomorrow.
See ya.
Okay.